Me too.
Welcome to PenTellectual Conversations. You've just stepped into a space where the mind meets the soul. A place where poetry and conversation collab to form a silky, smooth vibe that flows like smooth jazz. Dope poetry, deep dialogue, and unapologetically real energy. So pour your favorite drink, light one up if that's your rhythm, and let the world outside melt away. So sit back, relax, and let's get into tonight's hot topic.
What's good? What's good? What's good? Everybody, welcome to another episode of PenTellectual Conversations. I'm your host, Paul Cram the Poet, and tonight we're taking things to a little darker frequency. This is a macabre poetry cipher, where the mic becomes a ritual and every verse may be a resurrection. The poets you're about to hear didn't come just to perform. They came to breathe life into shadows and truth into silence. So lock in, open your mind, and let's hurry up and go ahead and get into it. So let's go ahead and introduce these poets, man. First, we're going to start the ritual with the poet whose fire moves like grace. Everybody please show love for Miss Lady. Next, we got stepping from the smoke with words that cut quiet and deep. My homie, the shinobi of poetry, Marielle. Next, we got strength forged in flame, words that burn and heal all at one time. Welcome to the stage, Lady Crucible. I don't know who you are tonight, Lady Crucible or Mistress of Mayhem. We're going to find out, though. But now the temperature's starting to rise just a little bit, man. You know, raw truth, sick wordplay, and definitely bold energy. Give it up for Triple P, the pretty provocative poet. And last but certainly not least, the Grand Griot himself, closing out the circle and bringing presence. Wait, wordplay that hits the soul, man. Y'all show some love for my guy, Geronimo Tat. All right, what's good, everybody, man? What's up? What's up?
What up?
Glad to be here.
Yeah.
I don't know what the applause went. Who told me they was gonna have applause?
I got you.
Oh, I'm sorry, my bad.
Bet. All right, man. So before we get started, man, I'm gonna ask Geronimo. Can you, since you're the one who introduced me to this genre, man, can you explain to the people what this is and what they're about to get themselves into?
Oh, this genre here, the macabre, brings in all things creepy. We want to move your skin in ways that you don't want it to. We want you to think deeply. We want to focus a little bit on the fear factor of poetry. You know, we do the love and we do the social awareness and everything else, but this time it's something a little different.
Yeah. So shit. Might as well not wait too much longer. We gonna go ahead and get shit started. And I'm gonna go ahead and kick it off. And I'm gonna kick it off with a piece that was actually a prompt from Geronimo Tat, man, during the time period when I was going through it to wear that big H. So, quick story. I gave him a love poem. That's too much. I'm just gonna go with the poem. You smiled at me and covered your mouth in an attempt to hide your chewing. I smiled at you in an attempt to hide the fact that my intentions were diabolical. I know who you are, and I know what you have done, and revenge will soon be mine. Keep drinking, beautiful. You're oblivious to the fact that every sip you take brings you closer to your inevitable demise. I have studied you for a long time and I figured out how to infiltrate your defenses, to put you in a position to carry out the punishment that you deserve. Hey, sweetie, you ready to go? I have something I would love to show you. The scene is already set. Everything has been prepared for your arrival. Dim light, soft music, everything to cement the idea in your mind that this night will be filled with a sexual excitement that you have been craving. I slowly help you out of your clothing and lay you down, lick between your breasts right before handcuffing you to the surface that you're lying on. And then I whisper in your ear, and the words that fell from my lips wiped the smile completely off your face. I then place tape over your mouth and watch the fear set in your eyes. No point in trying, there is no escape. You do not remember me, but I certainly remember you. You had my brother killed, and the courts allowed you to walk free, but I'm so happy that they did because I get to do the justice that he deserves. Does this knife look familiar to you? It should. It's the same blade you used to stab him in the back with. The same knife you used to kill the opportunity for his kids to grow up with the father. Shh. No one can hear you making all those mumbling noises. You might as well just accept the fact that your karma has come in the form of a pissed off family member who spent all his time walking around pretending to be sane. Oh, it feels good to just be myself. Feels good to know that your life will end by the same bloodline you had taken away. First, I want your eyelids. I do not want you to be able to close them. You need to see your torture. What was that? What did you say? That don't matter. Slice one, slice two. Scream as loud as you want to. No one will hear you. Next, I'm going to take your fingernails. The same fingernails you used to dig his soul out. One by one, I remove them with extreme prejudice. Now it's time for you to stop breathing. So I thrust the knife into your gut and twist. I then wrap my hands around your neck and smile as I watch the life leave from your eyes. They say revenge is a dish best served cold. But who would have thought that when you covered your mouth while smiling in an attempt to hide your chewing, that my revenge would be your final meal? Paul Cram, welcome to the experience.
It always begins with listening. They meet in rooms glazed smooth for safety. They smile in sequence. One adjusts the thermostat of sorrow. The air thickens, broth warm. The wall clock measures compassion in 15-minute increments. They study ache by proximity, first at arm's length, then nearer, tasting its weather, logging its variance. And I record the click of pens, the polite applause of paper cups align. And I came here hoping someone would touch my name gently. Instead, they documented the tremor. The first bite always feels holy. They hunger for proof that feeling still exists, and your pain arrives plated as evidence. Someone pronounces your name slowly so it melts on the palate. They praise how honest you taste, how the salt of confession lifts the sweetness of fear. They tell you healing begins with being fully processed. A reduction of remorse simmered to transparency. They break your story open and call it bread. Steam ascends from questions like spirit broth, sugar portioned by the packet, empathy by quota. Hands remain open, rehearsed for rescue drills. One traces circles and condensation, smelling of antiseptic and almond kindness, and faintly poisoned. They ask where the ache sleeps. I tell them, Liro mi nan tet muen meli re ve nan san an. They ask what tongue it prays in. I tell them, Onje uraku. They record the translation as evidence, as if comprehension could cauterize hunger. One hand lingers on mine too long. They whisper praise. You so brave. You've opened so beautifully. You're almost translucent now. My sentences collapse into syllables, syllables into taste, and syntax feeds upon itself a consommé of grammar. Syntax simmers the silk, and each vowel scorches consonants congealed. The grammar boils down to guilt, a drip, a tip, a sigh. They chant. I try to speak. They begin the closing ritual, and voices lower to slow devotion. Hands fold into stillness, masquerading as peace, and nothing holy stays whole. Toute la prière j'endoule en Bali. I'm Miss Lady. Thank you so much.
Usually a villain's origin story starts off kind of boring. You know, happy-go-lucky kid, completely innocent, probably ideal student, top of his classes. Then something tragic happens. And suddenly little Jimmy ain't feeling so friendly. Timmy got tired of being bullied. Cindy suddenly stopped feeling pretty, and Kennedy's homie stole the girl of his dreams. So boom, there you go. A villain's origin story. See, a villain's history ain't always allegory, but simply his story on why he stopped smiling and started wearing a mask so no one could see him crying as he slowly died trying to pry away what life messed up by causing stirrups in society. Feeling thrown in a recycle bin and repeat this cycle over and over again. Like, how to make a villain. Like, first option, make enemies out of friends, cause a mess up within the communication, twist it up, get one to completely give up. I even suggest throwing a girl in the mix. Or option two, get them to feel completely used. Confuse your intentions with, and never mention that you're pretending to be their friend. Get them to believe that you'll be there to the end, then leave them. Fuck their feelings. Tell them that completely get over it. Set their entire world on fire with a gas siren, like they should have known that you wasn't their type. Disturb their brain with stains of mental pains, you know, the shit that keeps them up at night. Because it becomes a sight when you see the good quality leave their body. Like, don't that sound like the origins of a villain story? I mean, you have to attack the things that they love, aim for their heart, hit the mark that triggers their suffering. You got to get them to say, yep, not going to do that again. That's one small chip away at their existence, because what was once a part of them is being held back with restriction. This is essential to create the perfect villain. Get them to say, man, fuck their feelings, where it becomes the best feeling for them. That solves the sanity problem. Oh, and then take away their optimism. Make all their good traits seem like a problem. I mean, display that people would never like them. Completely take their light from them, like question. You ever see the villain get the girl without trying to manipulate, make her heart swirl with words that sharing dreams as a team to conquer the world? Nope. The girl is just like the bad guys, which is why the nice guys always want to finish last. But you know, the moment that Joker drew on that mask, here comes Harley Quinn on thirsty ass. And if you ask me, a villain's love story is never boring, fun yet allegory, knowing that for each other, they both can get crazy. But look how long it took Spider-Man to get Stacy, Gwen, trying to be a gentleman and protect her innocence. But did he get the girl? Nope. He jumped the distance and ended up killing the relationship without even getting a chance with her. But I tell you though, the moment he put on the black suit and changed how he moved, he definitely got his Mary Jane. See, the villain win over and over again. But yeah, you can even throw in Batman. Gotham's government is the problem, and Batman's helping them. And how else you think that he's getting away with prostitution? See, you got to retire that cape of crusade and stop being persuaded that it's not okay to be a villain. It don't even have to be about the killing. As long as you drilling holes in people's hearts for jumpstarting their origin, you can jumpstart their origin story. Because you never know the type of heart that you diminish in. Like healing could very well be the beginning of the origins villain. The origins of the villain. So next time, be mindful of the type of heart.
Welcome to the after bars, where syllables rot and devils applaud, a pentagram swinging in the fog. I claw from coffins, coughing up courses and consonants. Verbal vomit, black bile, my style's omnious. Demons in my dictionary, witches in my wordplay. I make verbs decay. I'm spitting hex marks, spell bars, hell scars. These schemes of seance, I summon 16 dead stars. Voodoo vinyl spin with crucified cuts. Turntables tremble when my tongue combusts. Call me lyrical Lucifer, hope looping lunacy loosely. Mausoleum muses use me. My pen's possessed. It bleeds ink like exorcism residue. Stanzas be caskets. Step in and I'll bury you. From the gravel I spit. Bars from the crypt. Crosses flip, halos glitch, demons twitch. This is graveyard abyss. My syllables sizzle like sin in the scripture. I paint pain with plague, that's the triple picture. My lines kill, my lines line coffins, my lines define prophets. That's bars on top of bars. Demonic deposits. Tongues like a serpent, syntax sacrificial, my ad-libs an omen. Rhymes a ritual. Skeletons snap their necks in the Cypher's pit. Satan snapping fingers, grave dust in my lungs. I breathe in inferior diction. I spit Revelations, Apocalypse edition. Your spirit shakes when I speak in spells. I'm the echo in your nightmares. Your heaven repels. Hear the crows compose my chorus. Hear the corpse choir roar enormous. Skulls crack into my cadence. The moon bleeds, applause morbid and gracious. This, the necro flow, Pharaoh soul, tarot scrolls. I channel ancient anguish through every black hole. Deathbed, destiny, greatness. This verse is, our birth is cursed. I got witches twitching when I twist my diction. Pitchfork poets bow, I'm crucifixing. My bars resurrect that corpse funk structure. The ground rumbles and tombstones vibrate. It's my pen, it's because my pen's awake. The dirt recites what my demons engrave, but bars from the grave forever depraved.
She wipes off the blade. A seductive serial killer who blood bathes in trauma. Enraged. She kills in dismay. A woman that was once engaged till silently betrayed. Sure, she has grayed by age, but she is still a badass babe, smirking at the way she can fillet feeble flesh in rage. The rotting flesh decayed will stink slow over days. The stench of its scent will stay in the gray airwaves, so she puts the knife away, safe from crime. No longer craves a kill to save the ill of the mind. Still, she gave in one more time in horror, somber, sober, an emotion she no longer sees or believes. The room smelled like ganja, hope up in smoke, the floor covered in glass broke and blood-stained splatter. She only kills those that matter, those that have broke hearts and left relationships for fun. She never regrets what she has done. That night may be young, but someone's life is now retired, wired. She sits and wipes off the knife. Slow, enticed by each slice, by the height of feeling right for taking another life that cheats her beliefs. Fuel her actions. It gives her a passion to rid the world of evil men, those who imagine green grass on the other side. She wipes the blade of a bride left at the altar of love that has died. An internal trigger still alive. There is a monster inside, but it hides. Sad souls sound the sirens of survive. There is no denying their demise. In every victim, she envisages her first lover's eyes, the man who stole her heart and pried her pride away in lies and gaslighting. a heartless tyrant, one who destroyed her love life in alignment. So now she keeps spying, looking for similar men, desiring side chicks vibrant. She sees all men as dogs, barking at women like fire hydrants. It's just a matter of timing till she finds them, drugs and ties them, drags them back to her kill zone on a hill unknown far off in the islands. As soon as the blade is thrust into their gut, her lust is fulfilled as much as she needs. On a diet of blood she feeds, smiling, creepy, hurt, deeply yet satisfied till the next victim's in the grave. None can escape. Not one shall be saved. She hides in a smile. She wipes off the blade.
My son screamed, "Dad, there's a man in a tree." Him screaming woke me out my sleep. I ran to his room and stubbed my toe on the door jamb. That's what I get for walking around with bare feet. Through gritted teeth, I tell him, "There's no man in the tree. You just had a bad dream. Go back to sleep." Next night, at the cabin, my son's cries was even louder than you can imagine. I limp to the room with my foot bandaged. He says, "Dad, there's a man in the tree." I say, "Man, let me see." Out the window, all I see are all these leaves and branches and the sound of the breeze. I said, "There's no one out here, son. You're safe. Go back to sleep. You'll be okay." My son says, "No, Dad, I think I seen his face. Couldn't see his clothes, but I seen his shape. He was like an animal, man, the way he was bent at the waist." I say, "Son, it's just this place. I get it. It's this old cabin in the woods. I know it's a little scary, but we leave in 2 days. In 2 days, the day we visit your mom's memorial. After this, we'll go somewhere nice, a little more than just affordable. My son reminds me of the innocence in me when I was so adorable. But if we had electricity, I'd plug up a lamp or a nightlight. But this is camp life, right? So it's okay to go night-night. Don't be scared of the dark. It's a beautiful moonlight night, like moonlight bright, like hitting the moon right might seem just right like." And my son looked at me terrified. Like fear almost had him paralyzed, like my face had grew another pair of eyes. I say, "Son, what's wrong? What's the matter?" He said, "Out by the shed, I found some paint and a ladder." Okay, that's cool, but why does that matter? Well, Dad, I put red paint on the tree, and there's red paint on your feet. Where did you come from? Did you actually go to sleep? I said, "Son, what you mean?" Is he joking? I'm a little amused. I look down at the bandage on my foot and I see hues of rouge. Now I'm just confused. I came to these woods before. I know the rules. Don't be outside at night, especially after 2. It was after 4. Looking behind me and I see red footprints and dirt tracked through the floor. Follow the path and it led to the cabin's open door. As I got closer, I could feel something in my stomach at the core, like hunger, but something more, something I couldn't ignore. I step on the porch and I feel a force leaning me over like I never had back support. Walking fast, but I can't feel my limbs or my muscles. I heard a sound, and that sounds like trouble. It's my son. He's yelling again. "There's a man in the tree." He's crying, choked up like he can barely breathe. And as I peer through his window, I know there's a man in the tree, because that man is me. But right now, there's no man in me. What am I doing? If this is a dream, then why so lucid? I'm not stupid. I'm still his father, but I'm not human. He's so afraid, but I'll protect him. He'll be all right. It's okay, because my son knows the rules. Never leave the cabin at night. And that's that piece.
Man.
That shit
that was
fire, bruh.
That was dope. Everybody give yourself a round of applause, man. That was fucking dope. Shit. Hey, man, like, all of y'all, man, did amazing, man. I appreciate that. Geronimo, I don't know I don't get it, bro. Like, ever since that Men Bear piece, I try to watch how you perform, and it's like I can't get that shit down pat for nothing. Like this, he'll be so blah 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 blah. Whoa, like nigga, where did it come from? Like shit. Oh man, so how y'all feel about that
He's
round,
in
man?
cursive, man. Geronimo be spitting in cursive, bro. Like he
And
spits in
That
cursive
nigga.
and calligraphy.
And
Oh
Triple P got the light. He got the light source right going up though, like
Yeah.
right for the spooky camp shit. Yeah.
yeah, he looked like he. It was a dark and gloomy night. Oh man. All right, so this is the part where we getting ready to go through our sponsors and the soundbite artists of the week. We're gonna start with our sponsor page. So the tonight's sponsor, well, not just tonight's sponsor, the sponsors for PenTellectual Conversations on a regular basis. You got me, of course, Paul Cram, the poet. We have Natasha Inspired Crafts and Events for all needs dealing with digital art, man. She does everything. Flyers, she does shirts, mugs. Like I feel like if you need her to draw you up a tattoo, she'll probably do it, man. But get at her, man. Prices are very reasonable. Desi Beats for all your music production needs, or if you need a feature, man, hit him up. Dude is hot with the mic as well, so make sure you hit him up. He is the one who produced the opening sequence for PenTellectual Conversations. Coastal Sunflowers Body Scrub. Add the .com to get you some. Y'all shout out to Keynotes, aka Poppy from Poppy's Poetry Corner. Y'all get at some Coastal Sunflowers Body Scrubs, man. They have a men's line as well, guys. So you ain't gotta walk around with the alligator skin or none of that. They got you. And last but certainly not least, we have TNT Business Consulting. That's with Ebony the Goddess, man. For all your business consulting needs, please link up with Ebony the Goddess. Well, 100% professional, 100% satisfaction guaranteed with whatever you need her to do. So, also, if you would like to be a hot topic on PenTellectual Conversations, if you are an artist who would like to have your music promoted, if you are looking to buy PenTellectual Conversation merch, this QR code or that link right there is scroll across the bottom is where you need to go. All things PenTellectual Conversations is right there for that reason. The tab that's flowing now is our Cash App. Again, PenTellectual Conversations is not just a show, y'all. It's a movement, but this movement does require finances. So give a little, give a lot, give something. We're all willing, and we're saying thank you in advance. So next we have my this is actually my coworker. He told me he do music. He let me know, he showed me how passionate he was about music. So I gave him the form. I said, well, let me know if you're serious, man. Fill this out and see what's up. And by the end of the day, he was like, poet, I'm done. I'm like, bet. So tonight we got Justin Colson presenting his song. You know what? He gonna cuss. There we go. Fall.
In smoky rooms where shadows play across the keys, a soft display. Your laughter rings a silver chime, lost in the rhythm, lost in time. Falling for you like a melody, sweet and low, surrounding me. A gentle touch, a whispered phrase, lost in your eyes in the loving haze. The city sleeps, the stars ignite, sharing secrets in the fading light. Every moment a precious pearl, lost this moment, time and space. Falling for you like a melody, sweet and low, surrounding me. A gentle touch, a whispered phrase, lost in your eyes in a loving haze. In the quiet hush of morning's dew, I'm falling deeper in love with you.
All right, man. How y'all felt about that, though, man? This belongs on the soundtrack.
That belongs on the
That was a
soundtrack,
vibe.
real like on some kind of I don't know, some kind of like love movie soundtrack. You know how they had the introduction and then you have like the little screen credit intro, screen credit and stuff like that, and then they paddle along the city until they get to the main character and stuff. But it's showing off who's gonna be in the movie. It sounds like the opening of a movie.
I'm gonna whoop his ass. I'm off tomorrow, but I'm gonna go up there. I'm gonna whoop his ass. I didn't know he could sing like at all. I was not expecting that, man. So shout out, Justin, man. I'm proud of you, man. Proud of you. Y'all ready to get back into this? I want to light some straight up. Oh man. All right. So we're gonna go ahead and get to this final round. After this round, y'all, after we finish this last round, we talk a little shit after that. Then we're gonna go one at a time with you guys and let everybody know where they can follow you. If you got any shows coming up, merchandise, anything like that. Cool. Yeah. All right. Here we go. I remember the silence, thick, wet, crawling behind my ribs before a scream could ever form. She said I belonged to her now, that the knife was her whisper, and every cut would teach me who I was meant to become. The steel grazed my skin, a cold promise sliding along my bones, opening doors I didn't know existed, doors where my blood could speak. Each slice told me something new, a language of muscle and marrow, until the edge became my pulse and my pulse became her song. Metal sang sharp against me and I sang back, not with words, but with limbs trembling, flesh reshaping, walls breathing. The room pulsed like a living thing. Shadows gathered in the corners, whispering in wet consonants. She leaned close, eyes gleaming like broken glass, and I realized I was not surviving, I was truly becoming. My hands twisted into instruments, my skin charged like electric wire, and something beneath my ribs began to crawl its way out, something patient, hungry, something that remembered pain as language. And when it spoke, the walls leaned in to listen. I walked out different, but my reflection stayed behind. Now the city holds its breath when I pass. Street lights flicker like they're afraid to look. I move through alleys that remember my footsteps, and I remember when the first one laughed at me. I showed him what a punchline really feels like. He folded like paper, and I signed his stillness with my breath. There is beauty in the way a body goes quiet. No mercy, just a hush that tastes like confessions. And I harvest that hush, pocket it, spend it in dark corners. Sometimes I still hear her voice, teaching me how to listen to metal, how to let hunger sound holy. People speak of nightmares now, a shadow with the wrong kind of grace, a whisper that locks doors before it arrives. They're right to whisper, because when hunger calls and I answer, the city shivers like it knows my name. And when the day comes that I finally meet my demise, I will laugh until my ribs break, just to hear how it sounds. And the night will echo with the sound of my becoming.
They say the first taste is always your own mentor, sliced with nostalgia, seared in sound bites, served with a garnish of forgotten favors. They butter betrayal with charisma, saute empathy into extinction. A senator leans over the carving board and whispers, I loved him once, but I love the chair more. She chews slow, sucks marrow through the straw of her press release, and somewhere a bell tolls, yet no one stops chewing. Lights flicker, lust enters like a bill at midnight. The podium glistens with sweat. Someone moans, I. Another filibusters with her mouth full. Civility unzipped, constitution torn like silk sheets, a declaration scrawled across bare hips. We, the willing, in pursuit of personal gain. They climax to the sound of collapsed clauses. Freedom bent over protocol, justice gagged in red tape, the gavel bangs. Not to restore order, but to announce round two. Center plate, a bipartisan beast, half truth, half lie, still twitching. One pours champagne on a confession, another dips crackers into consent decrees. Nothing here is metaphor, everything here is edible. A congressman raises his glass, toasts to his own conviction, and drinks it like communion. And in the gallery, we stand to applaud. Behind the Senate cloakroom is a real closet, and in it, old versions of themselves buried beneath the coats. And tonight, they unzip each other's regrets, bite apologies into collarbones, say sorry with clenched fists. No more forks, only fingers. One gnaws a colleague's earlobe off mid-handshake, calls it friendly fire. Someone fillets their own voter base, says it's for national security. Every moan is emotion, every kiss a killing. She bites into Article 5, finds a secret clause hidden in her molars. They don't debate, they devour. No more enemies, no more opposition, only self, only mirrors. They gorge on their own reflections. One chokes on his own title, another bleeds from a handshake he never made. A freshman eats her oath of office. Tooth by tooth says it tastes like hope. Someone weeps as he unbuttons his ideology and offers it across the table, still steaming, and they whisper, legacy is best served rare. And we watch. Phones at half brightness, mouths full of popcorn and paralyzed protests. A newscaster grins as the ticker tape reads, breaking. Decency pronounced dead at 11:17 p.m. Cause of death, friendly ingestion. We tap hearts. We scroll on. We say they're eating their own. But did we vote for this? Thank you.
All right, real quick before I go, this is for all the horror movie fans. See how many references y'all can pick up. Will I ever get the answers to the questions that was left with dead silence? Or will I forever be hoping that I can finally stop being drawn like a mothman to artificial light whenever this love at first sight hit my eyes? Because it was countless of times that I was told not to go into the light. But I became the art of the clown with a drawn out smile that decided to walk miles to my final destination just to be trapped by a Pennywise. I was giving off this euphoric illusion, poltergeist illusion, moving through all the kisses and hugs, sitting back wondering why I was betrayed by love. Like, I remember it like it was yesterday. It was a Friday the 13th when I thought I found the girl of my dreams, but all that was happening was me falling asleep on Elm Street. Yet it was something about her shining that left me in this dark tower. Noticing her energy went missing whenever her presence left me in my darkest of hours. We became strangers. Things wasn't the same. Should have known at the moment that she saw me and said, "Let's play a game," that I would have to learn through the pain that love was just a chain that I had to decide to cut off the one thing that I had left to stand on. But I had to get out because I was so drawn in by the tea that she was always conjuring, noticing how her love would only call whenever darkness falls. Would cut off the lights and said, "Are you afraid of the dark?" Yeah, she is a little fire starter. Thought I'd become a Superman, but it was just the wrong turn. Her sun started to become so bright that it started to burn, and that was the day my earth stood still. Was no longer able to feel. As she left my world, a quiet place, the silence of a lamb that was led to this dream, awakening to screams of me finally knowing what was my favorite scary movie. It was past exes haunting my memories like 13 ghosts, each one exposing the thing that made me weak. Heart was out the way in my sanctuary, but who knew she had the skeleton key? Unlocking the things hidden deep within me. It was like a movie because every time I would watch her, I always saw a ring. Didn't even mind the suffering. As long as she had me with this fatal attraction every weekend, catching us in the woods, booking us a cabin. Not knowing that this would become the resident of evil. Just sequel after sequel of a devil in a blue dress falling in love with a woman became my omen. Because it was Christine, Carrie, Megan, all beginning when they found out that my heart was fractured. She became my favorite actor, role playing as my significant other, playing house on the haunted hill left behind memories of what we did last summer. Thinking we were soulmates, but for her I was just child's play. Just a paranormal activities like how she used to always talk to me, but now I sit alone in her pet cemetery. Now it's 28 weeks later. It's still full of this misery. Playing hide and seek with the heart that Jeepers Creepers stole from me. So if you see in me, then you probably have a sixth sense. It's just unfortunate that you see in the inheritance of the love of a night of a living dead person.
Welcome to the house of the insidious, where the walls bleed syllables and verbs get hideous. I spit hexes and double tongue, forked like Lucifer's kiss. Bars are gaping wounds leaking blasphemous bliss. I don't just kill mics, I gut them. Lace the cords and entrails, spit flames, then gut them. I'm the grim and the fetal dark, your mother's last scream, screaming out that fetal art. Chains clake in the basement, where goblins giggle sins into dreams. Maggot in your marrow, shot straight from a bone barrel. I'm the priest that fucked the sermon, turned holy water sour and left your faith squirming. My lyrics drag knuckles in crypt dust, skin peeling truth into mistrust. But I came to exorcise your soul from your lungs with surgical lies. Call me a plague tongue. I cough up verses that make angels bite the barrel of your own lungs. My pen bleeds in pentagrams, write haikus with hymns torn from phantoms' hands. I raise bars from graves with blasphemies on repeat. I'm not a wordsmith. I'm a flesh scribe, etching curses in your psyche where your traumas thrive. Don't battle with me with wet metaphors. I'll twist yours into gallows. Hang your egos on hooks carved from shadows. Insidious? It ain't just a name, it's my symptom. Thoughts so sickening, I slit syllables till they scream mercy. I birth tsunamis of thirsty, cursed perversity. I spit in tongues that summon plagues. These lines I drop is a noose with razors for braids. You couldn't fathom the fathoms I drag my bars through. Where suffering sings and the reaper dances in tar too. My breath is sulfur, my lungs, two furnaces of despair. I exhale psalms that make apostles slit their wrist in prayer. Your rhymes are nurseries, but see, I pen still bursts of meaning. Suck the marrow of language till the words start screaming. You stepped into my cathedral of desecration. These verses you spit now belong to damnation. This war and metaphor is flesh, no gimmicks. I don't write punchlines. I'm satanic lyrics in acrylic. So next time you knock on the door of this sickness, remember, I don't battle for fun. I battle for witness. And this ain't a rap. This is ruins of apocalypse. And you just got swallowed by the whole insidious poem.
The blood. The blood is on my hands. The body's dead. Rigor mortis is said to stiffen the chest, arms, and legs. It does. I've seen it. Repeated. In the midnight of murdering secrets. When the soul has gone and the blood is shed, the scene becomes red. I pause. To bow my head led to the vision of a puddle of dread that lays on the blade at my feet. My reflection is deep. Deep, and I've seen it. Brief but hidden, now liquid slipping between fingers dripping crimson, seen in the dream of a nightmare. Right here I stand in shock, locked on the thought of what have I done? Stunned that someone's son will never see the sun rise again. The sirens rung. The silent hum of the AC louder than the thoughts that maybe I'm crazy. Or maybe he deserved to die. Maybe when love lies in this outcome of those so sly, his legs now twitch. A date with death arrived. I looked down into the silence of his eyes. Pupils that will never cry for mercy again. I'm shaking. Nervous from the mayhem and unknown steps next I should take, then I awake. Cops at the door knocking, screaming, shouting. I run through the back door counting every step. 1,000, 2,000. Through grassy hills, fields, I still and suddenly look down and I realize I too have been stabbed. Stomach leaking bad, legs becoming weak, no sheets to soak my grief, just the overwhelming belief that I am going to die. I close my eyes, whispering to the silent God of the sky. As he's about to reply, a bullet flies by. I suddenly realize it's inside.
There's these monsters, or are they demons? They're not into people eating, but still leeching, soul destroying heathens. They don't look like monsters as usual, because they normally look sexy and beautiful or handsome, and an attractive personality is outgoing or meek or passive, so the damage they inflict is massive. It's unsuspecting. Their charming is disarming for their harming or farming. They'll call you darling and say things like, I beg your pardon. They tend to gardens, hold the elevator for you at your apartment, but their soul be the darkest. These monsters not like vampires or succubus that sucks your blood or your energy. They rely on your chemistry and play off your memory. Pure evil that looks regal or just regular people, but deceitful because certain things you just can't see through. These monsters with no honor. They victimize or deliver karma. Some say just as bad as Jeffrey Dahmer. Their body count is a double entendre, because they know they're infected with STDs, chlamydia, herpes, the HIV, HPVs, the neglected infected, hoping to catch you unprotected. Their appearance is a misdirection. They trick but won't treat the symptoms. Make your immune system their new victim. They don't live in a creepy house or spooky castle. No, they live on the mind of the sexually active because they're attractive, body count massive, selfish assholes looking healthy from the neck up, working regular jobs or hustling to get their checks up, but won't go get a prescription or get a checkup. So who's next up? They won't use protection. It's out of the question when the objection is projecting infections. They stalk their prey. They talk this way. You can trust me is what they often say. We don't need protection because we got a lot of love. It don't feel the same with a glove. Put a condom on and they slide it off just because. And when you ask to see my chart, they get offended. Excuses long-winded. Their monsters aren't under your bed. They're in it. This isn't about those infected, but responsible and take precautions. Nah. This is about the demons that take advantage of the darkness, but not at a doctor's office, some might say. You can have a healthy sex life if it's done right. So maybe these monsters are like vampires because their truth can't survive the sunlight. Ask for the truth and they lie again and lie again. So you got to do more than keep some garlic in your vitamins, because remember, in order for them to get to you, you got to invite them in. Spooky, ain't it?
One more time, man. That was dope. Dope, 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 dope. Ah.
Why you
So
got me over here throwing my pen at the
he do that. That's a symptom of listening to tech. Like, you can't have objects around that's lip. You can't just, like, I'm sitting over here with nothing around me because I know me. Tat and Triple P, man, they not allowed to like spit around me. Like, I throw chairs. I just had to push it out the way. I throw chairs.
Look,
uh,
I'm already short, and I'm in here skipping around in chairs and throwing pens and headphones, and I think my phone got a crack screen in it, but that's my fault. But I'm just saying,
you know,
yeah, y'all play too much.
Hey,
so we're
Triple
gonna
P with
start
with the cliffhanger.
I know, man. Fuck me, clean up.
Yeah.
I wasn't even ready to
I
start my piece. I was like, oh shit.
I ain't know if I wanted to be mad at him or be like, man, that was dope. But that was a mixture of both. Like, nigga. Oh man. So, Miss Lady, we're gonna start with you. Please let everybody know if you have any upcoming events where people can find you. If you have merchandise, let the people know it all.
Well, merchandise will be in a couple of weeks. You can catch Trauma Grammar, which is my debut book that's coming out. Saturday, I am going to be hanging out with the Slam Jam at around 5 p.m. Eastern Standard, and that is on Zoom. So catch me there.
Bet. Lady Crucible. If that damn mute button been whooping
Yes,
your
sir.
ass all show.
Man, look, it don't
Oh
want to mute.
Lord. Tell everybody where they can follow you if you
Can
got
you
the
hear me?
thing covered up. Yeah, I can hear you if you talk, nigga.
Uh, okay, for real. Y'all can find me on Instagram under Lady Crucible, aka Mistress of Mayhem, and all my other 30,000 personalities. I have a feature coming up at the 67 here in Chicago. It's an in-person performance. I'm actually excited about it. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to get my feet wet in these poetic streets again, y'all.
Make sure you put some lotion on them feet. If they get wet and you put no lotion on them, it's gonna look like you wearing socks. I'm just
And
letting
make
you
sure
know
you
you
have
don't wanna. I'm just saying.
and make sure you put some on your ashy elbows.
Nah, I wear
Make sure
long
you do. Make
sleeves.
sure.
Ain't nobody see them. I wear long sleeves and pants. Shinobi poetry, man. Let us know what you got going.
Man, shit, I don't even know right now. I gotta check with my manager. 'Cause I don't really, I just show up and shit. Oh no, actually I do got something tomorrow. at the Apache. I'm supposed to be doing something at the Apache, so if you out there, pull up on me, and stuff like that. I do got merchandise, and I was looking for it, and I forgot I was on my masterpiece shit, so my shit's in the trunk. So,
As long as you ain't on baby.
nah. I'm good on that. And then, yeah, if you want to follow me, you can follow me right there. Like that right there. I don't know if you can't read it. Then it wasn't meant to be. We can't be friends if you don't know how to read. I don't know how that
Damn, Deborah Cox, you ain't have to hit him like that, cuz.
I'm just saying, bro. Cause how you gonna read my poetry? Like what? How you gonna? I don't know. But yeah, outside of that, yeah, that's me. All right.
Triple P.
All right. So yeah, I am the pretty provocative poet on everything. I do have a line of condoms coming out featuring myself. I'm just playing, I don't, but I just thought I'd say something. But you can check me out next Tuesday, dropping some erotica on PenTellectual. So that's all I got going on.
That nigga said he got the please prevent pregnancies through Triple P. Shit.
The pretty provocative
Speaking of
prophylactic.
PenTellectual, I know, right?
That's a ring to it.
Pretty provocative prophylactic.
I know, right? Speaking of PenTellectual conversation, sir, I need you to get to my application.
Okay, I would definitely get with the team and find out what's going on. So you under who?
Poetic Priest.
Okay, all right. No doubt. I'll make sure we get to it. Oh, and the Grand Griot.
Yeah. So I'll be in Columbus for Say Word Wednesday, November 19th, and I will be at Lift Every Voice open mic here in Cleveland, November 22nd. Outside of that, you can catch me at your local restaurant eating all the pot stickers and kimchi.
Man, I just started eating kimchi. I ain't like it at first. Somebody opened it when I was in the Navy, and it smelled like a whole jar of depression. I was like, I'm not eating that shit. Like, yeah, but I grew on me. All right,
Nah,
well,
it tastes like it. It tastes like it. You gotta.
now it's something. What I had recently, it was pretty good. But that particular jar, she said her grandma made it, but her grandma must have made it like 40 years before she opened that damn jar. Because I mean, I've never smelled this smell, but I feel like it got to be bad. It smelled like goat sex and daddy issues. Like it was just bad. Like it just bad. It was horrible.
She put her foot in it.
She probably did. She had them type of feet.
Did you just say goat milk and daddy issues?
Goat sex and daddy issues.
Say goat milk and daddy issues?
I said goat sex. Put your hat back on.
Look.
Once again, I want to thank all of y'all for taking the time out to accept the invitation to come out for PenTellectual Conversations, man. I appreciate it. One more time, a personal thank you to Geronimo Tat for introducing me to this genre, man, and I totally, truly appreciate that. So, love y'all. We're going to drop y'all down for a minute and continue with the show real quick before we get up out of here.
Yeah.
It is time for Let's Run It. I know she's pushing buttons right now. The button's coming. She got to, So right about now, I figured, look at it. Oh, she got her bricks back. She got the bricks back behind her. She got rid of the luxury room.
I
got the bricks.
I felt given the vibe. This was a little bit darker. I tried to put my hood on, but I got too much hair. It was choking. I didn't really want to be like a death scene literally on your screen while we were doing this. But I figured this at least looked like, orange, black, Halloween. Went a little bit.
She doing it because she's from the Bronx, yo. She from the Bronx, yo, son. Right?
Look at you.
Hey,
You
when
gonna
I
fight
visit
after
New York,
this.
I'm gonna get my ass whooped. I know it. When I visit New York, I'm gonna get beat up by everybody I fuck with from the, cause I'm gonna want to know. I'm gonna want to know things like it's cold. Why you wearing blue jean shorts and Timberlands? Like I want to understand that. And why
Ain't
your
nobody
Timberlands
wearing
not tied
shorts.
up?
Only the people who wearing shorts during the cold season is going to not be us. Let's get that
Could be
straight.
Mayo Sapiens.
We don't wear shorts when it's not appropriate.
But y'all wear
We wear
Timberlands and
our
y'all
decent
tie them
Tims.
up.
We
Y'all don't tie y'all shoes up. If I step, but I know if I step on somebody's Timberlands, I don't think I'm gonna make it home. I don't think I'm gonna
whether
make it
it's Tim,
home.
whether it's Tim's or Kicks, you may not make it if you do that wrong. So anyway, hey bestie.
What's up, man? What we got going on?
We got a bunch of stuff happening right now. So, of course, tomorrow, our second favorite podcast or our favorite podcast outside of ourselves is Poppy's Poetry Corner. You better tune in. They have a great lineup of Lyrically Cinderella, Ms. Ten Toes Down, Joe Mack, if I'm reading that right, and Almighty Luck. Poppy is our partner, our buddy, our homie. So make sure you are checking Poppy's Poetry Corner tomorrow. And after that, oh wait, that looks like you, Cram. You doing something in a couple of days? October 30th?
Yes,
You gonna be on
yes,
Verbs and Vibes on Clubhouse?
yes, yes.
And it's a Mike Wynn presents production. So you
It's a
know, no,
boy that phrase there whooped your ass.
you know what though? I don't know why you are picking on me today. Everyone he's picking on me, and I don't appreciate it. And I just want y'all to all know. So when we do fight, when he gets to New York, you know why. Come back to this episode. Anyway, Paul Cram the Poet is on Verses and Verbs and Vibes. It's an AM open mic, and it means AM like wake up and be present to watch it. It starts at 7:30 a.m. It ends at 9:15 Central Time. It is Thursday. This Thursday, it's a Mike Wynn production, Mike Wynn Entertainment production, or Mike Wynn Entertainment presents Paul Cram the Poet. So come through and support that. The next day, which is Halloween, I will not be doing anything spooky. It is against my religion to do that. But the Dravens will present the Authors Forum featuring myself and my homegirl Kyoko. We will be at the Brooklyn Public Library, the Saratoga branch. It's deep in Brooklyn. But if you're in Brooklyn, you ain't working because, there's all those reasons like furlough or like you have a cool schedule that lets you off on Fridays. Either we trying to get through the show. I'm trying to let people go soon, man. So I was saying, come through. It's 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. It is a Friday, so I know that's a little difficult. But if you know me and you free, you better come to this event because it's also free 99. So there is that on Friday. On if my buttons would work with me, there we go on November 8th. Can you believe we're almost in November? This is crazy. I feel like October just started. The Galaxy of Poets is having their fifth anniversary weekend celebration in Nashville, Tennessee. The main event is Saturday, November 8th at Bonafide Gym. Make sure you're there. It is $15 before, five more at the door, totaling 20. So make sure you are there. Be there or be square if you're in Tennessee. And then Sensual Saturdays. Those are our people. It is. I haven't even been yet, and I have FOMO for all the ones I've already missed and the ones that I will miss in the future because Atlanta is a little far from me. But if you're in Atlanta, you do not want to miss this event hosted by Jay Simone, Walking Erotica and Divinity, and Ebony the Goddess is going to be the feature this month. So you just saw her. You know she's part of our team. You know you do not want to miss this event because there's going to be burlesque, there's going to be games, food, drinks, BDSM demo and erotic poetry. So y'all better be there for a dripping good time. Again, that is November 22nd and Naughty List. The Underground presents the Naughty List, Saturday, December 20th, 2025. If you're in the mood for something spicy, a little spiked holiday drink, you definitely want to be there to listen to our friends, Poetic Nature, Ebony the Goddess once again, Yoshi the Dragon, and Big Crave, because you know you're going to be craving big time when we being naughty. And maybe even though we'll be so naughty, we'll be nice enough so that Santa will actually give us some treats anyways, or you can just get them while you're there. So live music, drinks, poetry, erotic poetry, hookah. Call and text that number down there, which is 251-202-9090. Again, that's 251-202-9090, or catch that QR code. It is taking place in Mobile, Alabama. You do not want to miss the fun.
You Northerners, you damn Yankees, it's Mobile. Mobile. It
What
ain't
did I
no
say?
Mobile, Alabama. I bet you say Tarjay instead of Target, don't it?
I say both. Matter of fact,
Why?
because Tarjay is the
Ooh,
fancy name for Target. And either
no,
way,
it's not.
we shouldn't be saying any of their names yet because they still ain't treating us right. So there's that too, my buddy. So mobile. Is it mobile? Mobile?
Yes.
Which one?
Mobile.
Mobile. Okay. It's in Mobile, Alabama. I'm a New Yorker, so you just gonna deal with how I pronounce things, okay? Because we won't talk
I
about
mean,
how you
even
try
in
to
New
say
York, even
we
in New
won't talk
York, when
about
you
how you try
spell
to say
it,
macabre. We won't talk about how you try to say
I
macabre
said
either.
I said macabre for a long time.
So that said, those are the shows and events coming up. Y'all better come check us out at all those different places because it's amazing and these are our peoples. So we support our peoples. And that said, I'm out.
All right. This was a very, very fun episode. This was a fun episode. One more time, I want to thank the poets for coming through. Shout out to Beauty the Beast, aka Beauty the Poet. She was having technical difficulties, but I was so looking forward to her pieces. She put a lot of hard work into it. So hit me up, Beauty, man. We gonna figure something out. See, we get you your own feature on the show. But my fellow pentellectuals, life can be a macabre poem full of dark chapters, strange metaphors, and lines that don't always rhyme, but you gotta always remember you're the author of your story. You hold the pen, you control the plot twist, and even when the ink feels heavy, you still decide how the next stanza will go. Tonight, tonight just wasn't about death. It was about rebirth, about facing the shadows and realizing they can't silence your light. This has been another exciting episode of PenTellectual Conversations with me, Yaba, Paul Cram the Poet, reminding you that dope poetry, deep dialogue, and unapologetically real energy always lives here. Till next time, man, we out.
Thank you for vibing with us. We hope tonight's conversation inspired a creative spark in you. So go out and show the world who you really are. And we'll see you next time on PenTellectual Conversations.